Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Sunday night, man, an NFL Sunday night. We had some games today, man. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers make their way to the Super Bowl 2 weeks from tonight, man. Shout out to both those teams. Great games, man. San Francisco pulled off a crazy comeback to win that game. Great finish for them. Man, them boys in Baltimore must be hurting tonight, man, because Kansas City went into Baltimore, man. Kansas City went into Buffalo and Baltimore and got the win, man. Patrick Mahomes, man. Shout out to Kansas City, man. My Kansas City family, man. Out over there, man. I know they're loving this. Gonna get to the Super Bowl again, man. A chance to win back-to-back, which we know is rare in the NFL. But tonight we here, man. We here to talk Dodger baseball. I know it's been a minute, man, and people have been looking for me for Dodgers, man. Messaging me, and I've just been so wrapped up in Lakers. It's a trade deadline time, trade season, and super wrapped up in that. But man, we're gonna talk some Dodger baseball tonight. Appreciate you guys for pulling up for some non-basketball convos here, but not really anything to report here. Just kind of just speculating and talk about some things that may or may not happen. A couple of ideas, some trade packages that I kind of came privy to early on. Of kind of the whole league is just kind of stalled right now. It's a weird situation right now, and it is affecting everyone pretty much out there remaining in the free agent market, and a lot of the ways the trade market as well. You still have Blake Snell inside, Cody Bellinger unsigned. You still have some major trades that could potentially still go down with Dylan Cease, Class A and B out of Cleveland, Luzardo, and Tanner Scott in out of the Marlins there. So there's some things that Jock Peterson just signed with the Diamondbacks, which is a good signing for them. A guy who's known to bring some pop to a team in October, and they got to the World Series last year, and obviously I don't think that's going to happen again. But it's a good bat for them to pick up. But outside of that, it's been pretty quiet, and I think it's the Scott Boras effect, man. I think teams are kind of taking a hard stance on him and not allowing him to control this market. I think that's good for baseball, and these guys are going to have to adjust to that, and we're going to have to figure that out now. But the subject of tonight is Kenley Jansen could be on his way back to LA. And I know a lot of Dodger fans don't seem to be particularly happy with that. And I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I'm not 100% against it. I'm not 100% for it. If we get him, like, okay, that's some depth there in the bullpen. If we don't get him, there's still other options on the table. But the Dodgers are wrapped up in a bunch of different things right now. At last I heard, they had anywhere from 10 to 15 conversations going with clubs to try to do some things. But something that I kicked the tires on towards the end of last week, and when they made that trade with Tampa Bay, and they got Glass now, and they pretty much had to take Margot in that deal when they got Glass now. And part of me has, ever since that deal happened, part of me has always kind of wondered, like, is he ever going to play for the Dodgers? Like, is he ever going to suit up in a Dodger uniform in the regular season? Is he even going to make it to spring training? And the reason I say that is to say this, is that Kiké Hernández is not signed yet. He's available and is not signed yet. And from everything I'm hearing, both in reports and the people I've been talking to, is that he prefers returning to the Dodgers and would not mind waiting out until the Dodgers have a slot for him. And so I wonder if in that Kenley Jansen trade that's rumored, with Boston looking to dump some salary, the Dodgers potentially looking to open up a spot, because Margot was that throw-in with the Tampa Bay deal. So maybe Margot goes to Boston in this deal for Kenley Jansen, and Boston is still going to pay some of that money for Kenley Jansen. And then it's really not that bad of a move, right? So Kenley Jansen making about $16 million. Margot making 10. I believe they're only paying 6, and I believe that the cap hit for the luxury on that is 8. So if that's the case, then even if Boston just pays down like $4 to $6 million of that, then it's basically just a throw in there. So you're getting Kenley Jansen here, a guy that can help your bullpen, and a guy who's been here before. Then maybe that's not such a bad idea. So I think if you take it from that perspective, then maybe Kenley back to the Dodgers, some familiarity there, a guy that's won a World Series with you, even though he didn't close it out there. I don't think it's necessarily that bad, especially if it frees up a spot for Kiké. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about that. The more I think about that, the more I think that's a possibility. And the Dodgers are still linked to Kiké. I know Brazier's still linked to them too. Brazier may have to settle for a 1-year deal somewhere. That just seems to be the way the market is shaking out right now. Cody Bellinger is one that interests me here, from the standpoint of just his overall free agency. I'm saying the fact that he hasn't even really jumped at a make good offer yet. Like, he hasn't jumped at a 1-year, 2-year deal with really high money to prove himself again. Like, nothing. He's just sitting back, and part of that is because Boras doesn't let his guys kind of go for less than what he sets the bar at. He kind of refuses to let them do that. Kind of one of the prerequisites to being one of his clients. So Bellinger not even settling on a 2 to 3 year make good deal or anything like that is pretty interesting. Now the Hader signing, that was really interesting, man. I think he got 4-year, $95 million. I said all along that I thought if the Dodgers were going to be in for Josh Hader, he was going to have to kind of fall in their lap. He wasn't going to secure a 3 or 4 or 5 year deal, and they'd be taking advantage of getting him at maybe a 1 or a 2 year deal from anywhere from $25 to $50 million if it was 1 year or 2 years. 2 year anywhere between 40 to 50, 1 year between 20 to 25. But it was always going to be about, if anyone came in and offered, 3 or 4 years, that the odds were that the Dodgers weren't going to get Josh Hader. So I think they were in that market to try to see, doing their due diligence and seeing if he fell in their lap. And there was a chance that he could have. He did not, but there was always a chance that he could have. So obviously he goes to the Astros. He just seems like an Astro to me. I just never really felt like he'd fit in as a Dodger. But he definitely looks like a Houston Astro. So shout out to him for getting that deal in this type of market. Yeah, just why I said it was an option for the Dodgers. It really wasn't an option once it became that a team had offered more than 2 years. So that pretty much set it off from there. So the Dodgers would definitely love Tanner Scott. They would definitely love Class A. But Kenley is definitely an option, and so is Brazier. So curious to see what you guys think about that. Would you guys would that be like a hard hell no on Kenley? Or would you guys be more open to Kenley back here being under the situation I said, and maybe Margot going out in the deal, and then maybe the Dodgers go and they they bring back Kiké. I wouldn't mind that. I actually would be kind of for that. I think Kiké has a role on this team playing multiple positions, including he can play the infield too. So, and Kiké doesn't necessarily hit for the best of averages during the season, but he's had so many great playoff moments that when it comes to guys that you need that are battle tested, I think Kiké really would fit a spot on this team. So I'm curious to see what you guys think of that. Now, back to that trade that I was talking about a couple videos ago. There was a trade that the Dodgers were trying to pull off that would have landed them a starter, a very good reliever, and they would have sent out a position player in order to free up a slot for a free agent position player that really wasn't being talked about. And what kind of stalled that up is a couple division rivals were kind of meddling in that and poking around and trying to add that same positional player. Well, one of those teams seems to have kind of backed out of it. So that kind of leaves one down to it now. I'm still not able to talk about the deal because it's not my story to tell. But the Dodgers are still in talks with that team about that deal. But because of this market situation, the player that I'm mentioning is trying to wait and see, if as it gets closer to spring training, if there's an offer out for him that would allow him to take a deal that he actually would prefer to sign. So this player would love to be a Dodger, but he's looking for a longer-term deal, and the Dodgers aren't really offering. Again, the Dodgers are sitting back waiting for something to fall into their lap. If not, then I think there's 2 or 3 trades at least that they can make right now. The Kenley one, a couple of other ones that they could make. One of them is the one I'm talking about. And I think they're waiting to see if something shakes loose in this market before they kind of go all in. I think they've got some frameworks in place on a couple of different deals that they would feel comfortable doing, but they want to make sure they want to kick the tires on everything and see what falls. They don't want to make a move and something become available that they could have been in position to have, and they don't currently have it right now. So shout out to everyone who's been pulling up. I know I went a little long there on the intro, and I'm going to go ahead and get to these chats now. But appreciate you guys for pulling up on a Sunday night, man. And like I said, I'm going to start bringing you guys some more Dodger videos. It's just been Laker trade season, NBA trade season. And that's kind of my, that's kind of the peak of this season prior to the playoffs and the off season. So that's where we're at right now. So shout out to everyone here. And if you guys do got some Laker comments in here, I'll try to get to them, but I'm probably going to mostly talk about baseball here. So Festa, what's going on, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Salute to you as well. Angel, what's going on, man? Choose Jeff over Andrew Schultz. Here we go. Theron Domino, aka Lakers in Finals, the GOAT, Empire Jeff TV. Salute, my friend. Hey, Theron, salute to you, brother. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate your continued support, man. Beat Search and Jay to the chat. Yeah, you beat them tonight, man. You beat them tonight. They saw baseball and they were like, nah. What y'all think of that intro, though? I want to make sure y'all still good with that. I know y'all love the one I do for basketball, but this seems to be the one I'm going to keep for baseball, and I just want to make sure everyone's cool with it because, like I said, this is your channel just as much as it is mine. So appreciate you guys, man. Intro music banging. Oh, perfect. We're on the same page. Cool. I love it too, man. I love that joint. But I'm going to keep the basketball one. I'm going to keep this one, the baseball one. There we go, Eric. Cool. Perfect. Appreciate you, man. I need to get that Vin Scully audio tattoo. Here he goes. Russ the Builder, what's up, my guy? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. Talking baseball tonight. Stick around. If you're not tuned to baseball, maybe I can convert you, man. Stick around. Dan Inspiration said, it doesn't make sense to sign Jansen when they need a lefty reliever and Jansen takes up a spot. I'd rather them sign someone like Kiké. Well, I just touched on that. They're not going to be signing Jansen. They're going to be trading for him. So that's what's key and what's important here. I don't think the Dodgers have long-term plans for Margot, obviously. I'm not even sure they have short-term plans for Margot. So having said that, I think, if they can move Margot in a deal and get Jansen and Boston pay some of that salary down in the Jansen deal, then you can re-sign Kiké. And I think that makes the Dodgers better. That's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't mind. I really would love Kiké to be on this team. I think he makes the team stronger. I think he's great for the clubhouse. I think he's great for the chemistry. I think he's great for the fans. I think he's great for everything. So I would love Kiké back in a Dodger uniform, most definitely. I don't want the Chiefs to win. All the Swiftie fans going to be so annoying. Yeah, I hear you, but I'm a New York Football Giants fan. You know what I'm saying? So I've got my struggles, but half my family's from New York, and the other half of my family's from Kansas City, Missouri. So I'm rooting for my peoples in Missouri. You know what I mean? So and Pat, man, we're watching greatness in Pat Mahomes, man. He may go down being one of the, if not the best quarterback of all time when it's all said and done. He's 28 years old. He's potentially going on his 3rd Super Bowl back to back. Man, I think like 4 out of 5 or 5 straight AFC Championship games. I mean, this is ridiculous what he's doing right now, man. And like I said, we're witnessing history. And shout out to him for doing that. Angel says, you mean the Taylor Swift watch along? Roy Estrada says, what's up, Jeff? Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl MVP Lamar Jackson, 2 critical turnovers. Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant did go to the Super Bowl, and Lamar Jackson, man. First of all, like I'm not that high on Lamar Jackson. I think that all the pressure comes from the people that are higher on him than they should be. So I'm not really blaming him. I'm blaming the people that thought he was the next coming, because he's just clearly never been that guy. But I don't, root against him. I'm not rooting for his downfall. I just, you're going up against him, and you got Josh Allen, you got Pat Mahomes, you got these even Burrow out there, you got these dudes, Herbert, you've got these dudes out there that are just so much better than him. Although he had an MVP season, I give him that. But I mean, I don't know a football player in the world that would trade MVPs for Super Bowl MVPs. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, no on Jansen. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out what people think about here. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm for this. I'm just saying I think there's a realistic and very strong possibility that he could be back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this in the chat. Let's do a poll on here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. One second. All right. So I'm going to throw that in the poll. Go ahead and contribute to that poll. All right. Now we got 20-something people in the building. Let me see how many likes we got on the video. Let me refresh this real quick. So we have 20-something people in the building, 14 likes on the video. Not too bad, not too bad. Please drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. It goes a long way to help the channel. Turn on notifications if Lakers basketball, Dodger baseball, NBA, and MLB overall or something you like to tune into on a nightly basis. Go and subscribe to the channel. We would greatly, greatly appreciate you. But let's go ahead and let this poll run for a little bit. And I'm curious to see, because I have a feeling the majority of Dodger fans are not going to want Kenley Jansen back on the team. I have a feeling for that. When Dodgers spent all that money on the top 2 free agents in the entire market, other teams are hesitating. The other teams are hesitating. Well, one, there were multiple guys holding up the market. Ohtani held up the market for a while. Then Yamamoto held up the market for a while. And then it was this expectation that the market was going to go. Okay, things are going to happen now. But then all of a sudden, these teams got to a point where, like, we don't feel like spending all this money on all these dudes, man. Like, we don't want to do it. We don't want to go 10 years, $200 million on Cody Bellinger. We don't want to do that. We don't want to go 5 years on Josh Hader. A lot of teams didn't want to do it. But, the Houston Astros just saw the Texas Rangers win a World Series in their state. And they're in their, they're in the American League as well, right? So they're over there and saying, sticking this competition. They just won. They're in our state, and we need to retaliate here. We need to make a move to kind of counter this. And this could be one of the final years that they can keep this core together that they've got over there. So I get why they did it. There's some desperation there. But outside of that, from what I understand, there really wasn't any other teams coming after Josh Hader like that. The Dodgers were sitting back waiting to catch to see if he fell in their lap. The Padres basically said bye as soon as he became a free agent. There really wasn't any other option for him. Like I said, Philly could have got him if they wanted to. They had the money, they had the need, but they never really took it serious. They never got involved there, and there really never became another option for him there. So when the Astros kind of came out of nowhere, I heard that came together in basically 2 days. They touched base and basically said that basically they realized, okay, we're not going to top Diaz's total number, but we can top him in average annual salary, and but less years, and they got it done. So like I said, the Dodgers would have got him on a 1 or 2 year deal, but nothing above that. Give me the Blake Snell deferred until 21. The Dodgers have showed, as far as everything I've heard, that they haven't even like checked in on it. Like not even like, hey, how's it going? Just a courtesy call. Enjoy free agency. Like nothing. They not even checked in on it. Like I asked someone, they're like, dude, not even a text, nothing. No check-in on that. So watch them sign there now. But like I said, no check-in on it whatsoever. Small counter to Yankees, 270 million. Crazy. Small counter. I am not for Jansen as a closer. Well, I didn't necessarily say he'd be coming back as a closer or as the full-time closer. I'm just saying back on the Dodgers. They still have Phillips with a very high on. And then, the Dodgers could go closer by committee. You've got Jansen, if you get him. You've got Phillips. You've got Gratterall, right? Maybe Dustin May goes full-time to the bullpen. Brazier, if they do bring him back, like I think no matter what the Dodgers do, it's going to be closer by committee situation. And although if they don't bring back Kenley, who who's out there trying to chase like a career. He's out there chasing his total saves out there. So if you don't go get someone like Kenley, then maybe someone else can fill. Phillips will probably get the bulk of it, and then some other guys would help out. But if you get Kenley and then you got Phillips, then it probably would be some type of a bullpen rotation, believe it or not. It'd be kind of strange, but I think they'd do that. Is Kenley the GOAT still allowing stolen bases? He absolutely is. That delivery. But the thing is, Angel, there's so many pitchers that allow that. So many pitchers that allow stolen bases in today's game. And Kenley was really, really bad at that. Benji says, hey, Jeff, followed you from Kareem's channel. What a wonderful community you have here. Didn't know you were a Dodgers fan as well. Can't wait for your coverage. Worthwhile sub. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, man, I'm a major, big time Dodger fan, big time baseball fan, obviously big time Laker fan, big time NBA. So I have favorite teams, but I also love the individual sport itself. And I love covering all the teams in the league and doing live play-by-play and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing a lot of things come baseball season. I'm going to be on location. I'm going to be going to spring training. I'm going to be giving away tickets, man. I just checked in, got my check-in with the Dodgers today about season tickets. So like I'm going full-fledged on that. And so I'm really trying to close that deal. So if that happens, then members will be winning some Laker tickets, some Dodger tickets. So like I said, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, turn on notifications, and become a member, because members are going to have chances to win free game tickets, or to go to games with me, right? Or even be on shows with me at games. So I'm trying to really open it up this year as this channel continues to grow. But in order for that to happen, the channel has to monetize that. So that's what we're working towards. So we got the mini mid-level, the mid-level, and the full mid-level exception here on the channel. So go ahead and become a member and get yourself a chance to not only go to a game with me, but potentially go to a game with your family. So appreciate you guys who have done so already, and I appreciate everyone who will do so in the future. Thank you, Benji. Joshua Reyes says, salute Empire Jeff TV in chat, Laker and Yankee fan, but enjoying the content. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I rock with the Yankees too. Like, the Dodgers are my favorite team, but like I said, my family being from Kansas City and New York, like I watched the Yankees my whole life. So I'm a Dodger fan, but Derek Jeter was my favorite player of all time. So I was heavy rocking with the Yankees in the late 90s, early 2000s. So like heavy. I was a Dodger fan, but Jeter was my guy. So I watched them a lot, and I still do. I not only have NBA League Pass, but I also have MLB Extra Innings, and I watch baseball all the time. So I watch a lot of Yankees game. Those games come on early. I get to watch that until Dodgers come on, or if the Dodgers are on the East Coast, and I can check out the game later. But outside of that, so give me 1 second here. My terroristic puppy, as you guys know him, have grabbed a hold of a water bottle, and he's making his own beat over here, Timberland style. So give me 1 second. All right, he's good there. Sorry, man. Wouldn't it be a show if Lucky didn't make an appearance, right? I said, give me Kiké. Absolutely. I would love to have Kiké Hernández back on this Dodger team. That is a fact, man. Rusted Builder says, keep supporting Jeff. He works hard. Hey, thank you, man. Like I said, man, this is the channel of the people for the people, man. Got a clothing line, shopcourtkings.com for the people, right? I'm trying to be that dude here on these YouTube streets covering the Dodgers and baseball, man. You got a lot of ton of great Dodger content out here. I mean, just a ton. But I'm the guy who's taking on the challenge of trying to bridge the gap between my basketball people and baseball. Most of the people who know that great and fantastic Dodger coverage that I'm mentioning pretty much go there strictly for baseball. They're not, not all of them are heavy into basketball. They're not, it's a different type of community. I'm trying to convert the people that love this community and that are really heavy into basketball. I'm really trying to convert them back over to baseball this season, because I have a feeling where baseball is about to go on a 10-year run like we've never seen before. And I really want to be part of that ride, and I really want to help grow the fan base, because I love the sport so much. I love my Dodgers, but I love Major League Baseball, and I would love to help grow that community one show at a time. So appreciate you. Thank you, Russell Builder. Trade Vesia and Ferguson, bring up more youngsters. We are loaded, and that's on the table, Roy. That's absolutely on the table. Remember, I told you the Dodgers are sitting there. They're capped at their 40-man roster, so guys are going to have to move. Also, I'm hearing that they are making tremendous progress on bringing Kershaw back. Like I'm hearing that is getting closer. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that's signed, sealed, and delivered, but I'm hearing that it's looking like he's leaning. Again, I'm not breaking any news here. I'm not a newsbreaker. He's leaning towards returning to the Dodgers. He would show up, immediately go on the 60-day, basically IR, and basically would look to come back sometime All-Star game-ish timeline, right? So he wouldn't be playing anytime soon in the season, but from what I'm hearing, that he's leaning towards returning to the Dodgers for one more season. So that could change. And but that's what I actually heard that last week, and I haven't heard anything that changed that. So hopefully that happens, because I don't think any of us want to see Kershaw in another jersey. I know people have grown frustrated. I know he's had his moments, right? But it just wouldn't feel right for him to go to another team and retire, not a Dodger. It also doesn't feel right to have him go out the way he did as a Dodger. Or who knows? Maybe you have that Roger Clemens effect, and when when Boston gave up on him, he went to Toronto and just turned into a Cy Young candidate all over again. So for selfish reasons, we got to be careful with that too. So I hope he comes back. I don't want to see him in another jersey. I want him to retire a Dodger. Absolutely. Red Sox trying to move their players, but teams are not biting on Yoshida's contract. Yeah, they're not biting on it at all. So here's the thing. The problem with this Boston ownership group, man, is they tip their hand too much. Once teams know you're dumping salary, so let's take Kenley, $16 million. When teams know you're dumping salary, like, okay, they're gonna be like, okay, let's see if we can get, let's go bargain shopping here. Let's go bargain shopping. You mean to tell me I can get a closer and only pay, for 50% off? Black Friday out here, baseball edition? Like, I might be able to get Kenley Jansen for 40 to 50% off, right? So you're going to wait. You're going to negotiate. You're going to try to get that price on, because that at the end of the day, their motivation is not to improve their ball club. Their motivation is to improve their books. So at some point, they're going to sell. Just at what number? So other teams out there talking to the Red Sox like, no, we're not touching that money. We want you to pay more. We want you to pay more. We want you to pay more. The Red Sox are looking at that $16 million, and that's all they see. So I'm sure in their hearts of hearts, they'll be like, man, we may have to pay 6 to 8 million of this at the end. Maybe they're not going there yet. Maybe they're like, we're willing to pay 4 to 6 right now, but eventually that may go 6 to 8. And teams are hoping for that and waiting it out. So as soon as it gets out there that you're looking to trim costs, and the teams are coming for you right there. And Yoshida, Jansen, obviously they're letting Justin Turner walk. They let oh man, what is oh my God, why am I drawing a blank right now? The guy, the shortstop that went to Bogarts. They let Xander Bogarts go to the Padres. Like, obviously they traded Mookie Betts to get David Price's money off their books because Mookie didn't want to sign an extension then. So it's just been a lot of craziness what's gone on there in Boston, man. And I'm loving it, actually. Dan Inspiration says, I think Kareem's saying trade Reeves with 29 pick for Murray and have D'Lo play with Murray. What do you think, Jeff? I don't think the Lakers would do that deal. But it's weird, man. I've heard conflicting reports when it comes to the Lakers. I heard that the Lakers are not, that Austin Reeves is not as untouchable as people think, but they're going to be selecting who they move him for. And I just don't know if Murray's that dude. And I've been telling you guys for weeks that I'm not convinced the Lakers are getting Murray. I've said that for weeks. You have reports coming out. You've had some come out today pushing back, saying it's looking like it's not going to happen. I'm still standing on the fact that I think it's going to be tough for them to get him. And I'm not sure Atlanta is going to sit back and want just one first round pick and a swap for him. So that remains to be seen. But the highest I got on the Lakers getting Murray is like 60-40. That's the highest I've gotten. I like Kiké. Injuries happen, and he is solid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a perfect glue guy, perfect backup, can play multiple positions. I love Kiké, man. Asking too much for him, and I don't expect it. Yeah, there you go. What up, Jeff? Any update on the trade you were talking about? Yeah, I talked about that. I don't know if you were in there earlier when I talked about it. But yeah, it's kind of, the whole league is kind of on freeze right now. The Dodgers are still kind of having discussions on that deal I'm talking about. It's a wild one, and there's a lot of layers to it. But MLB has kind of hit a holding pattern right now, and that's going to have to play itself out until a deal like that can move forward. Some of these guys are waiting to see if there's any real offer of that, because part of that deal is going to include a free agent, and that free agent is still weighing his options. So that's kind of holding up right now. I think the teams involved as far as the trade goes, I think are pretty much comfortable with the move they want to make, but the Dodgers don't want to make that move unless they can potentially get this free agent. Snell might go to the Giants, and that Webb plus Snell combo would be scary. Absolutely would be scary, but I don't think they got any bats. And maybe he goes there. Keep an eye on Toronto with him. Maybe the Yankees. But like I said, maybe the Angels. I have no idea where Snell is going at this point. I just don't. His market is so weird, man. Brandon, what's going on? Hater for 5 years is ridiculous. Facts, man. Reeves got cooked on defense too many times. Murray would be an upgrade. He'd be an upgrade on defense for sure. Angel says, who needs Josh Hader when you have Joe Kelly? Yeah, I mean, this bullpen can turn into something historic if they build this out right. Let's see. We've got a conversation going on there. Do we need Kiké when we have CT as a super utility guy? Well, as far as need, but with, I don't think the need is the question. I think the question is, would you rather have Kiké or Margot? I'd rather have Kiké. So I think that's what the Dodgers probably plans are. So if you can swap Margot for Kenley and then bring back Kiké, I think the Dodgers would be happy with that. I don't think they're looking to add Kiké, add Jansen to like just major piece. I think they're looking to dump Margot and in doing so, get Jansen and then re-sign Kiké. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's not about need Kiké. I just think they prefer Kiké over Margot. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Kenley is not an upgrade. We have youngsters with more upside. I hear you, but I think they're trying to. I think this is all about trying to open up a slot for Kiké. So let me check where we are with this with this poll. And yeah, not surprised that about 69% right now is no. The Dodger fans would not want a trade to bring Kenley Jansen back, which is pretty much what I thought it would be. We got 19 likes on the video right now. If you have not done so already, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to be notified when we go live on nights like tonight. Thank you guys for your continued support. Let's see. They're talking to each other here. We got, I'm reading your mind. What are you talking about? There's a lot to talk about, man. Your mom loves me. Do you hate the Yankees, Jeff? What's going on? No, I don't hate the Yankees. I rock with the Yankees. So I'm a diehard Laker fan, but I watch the New York Knicks too. I'm a diehard Dodger fan, but I watch the Yankees too. So I do not hate the Yankees. If they're not playing the Dodgers, I root for the Yankees. Jeff, is someone in regarding your scoop who can sign or trade, or referring to Brazier? I'm not referring to Brazier. That's not what I'm talking about. Position players who I was talking about. Warren Law says, keep D'Lo. What's up, Warren? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate it. It's baseball talk tonight, but you might be happy. The Lakers the Lakers may be making their mind up on doing that. Teoscar in left field, Outman in center. Are we comfortable with Hayward, Margot in right field? We as in fan base, or are you talking about the organization? We as in fan base. I love Hayward for his contribution to the clubhouse. I think he's a good guy to have on your team, but he's not your full-time guy. I wouldn't mind Hayward and Kiké being those guys out there in, platooning in right with Kiké being the right and Hayward being the left, or or Mookie out there sometimes. But I think Mookie's going to play most of the time as second, no matter how much people want him out there in right. But I love it. I don't know, probably about as much as I love Muncy at third from his defensive perspective, but they're working on some things here. Can you start from the beginning? I missed it. And that's what that rewind button's for, Brandon. Come on now. Stop being lazy, man. You sound like a salesperson. Hey, Craig, what's going on? Thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you, man. Good to see you, Roy and Craig. Everybody checking in. That's what's up. Okay. Epic Dan Campbell choke job. It sure was, man. MVP of the NFC Championship game, Dan Campbell. That's wild. Jeff, I'm curious. Where do you think the top four Boris clients, Belly, Snell, Montgomery, and Chapman? I don't know, because here's the thing: is teams don't seem willing to give up the bag for those Boris clients. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta grab some water real quick. I think this is kind of like the Boris strike right now. This is weird, right? Because it seems to be all of his clients that are affected by this right now, right? You had Shohei sign, Yamamoto sign, you got other guys signing, but the Boris clients are kind of just sitting there like, "What's up, my guy?" and he's just like, "Oh, it's just part of the business." And I'm like, "No, we're holding up the market, not the teams. The teams don't seem to be willing to pull the trigger on it here." Appreciate you, Warren. Let's see. I voted no, but not against it. So again, I'm not against it. And my reasoning for this is there's context to it. It's not just bring back Kenley. It's bring back Kenley and be able to get Kiké, because if you can move Margot out in this deal, that's what I'm kind of emphasizing at. So if you had a chance to get Kenley while sending out Margot, while getting Boston to pay a chunk of that money, and you get to get Kiké back. That is what I'm basing this all off of. That's what I want to know if you guys are with or not. Still don't think people would be, but that's what I'm asking. We're getting Yasmani or AJ Pollock. Yeah, those are both free agents too. Yeah, we still have Barnes on the roster though, so I don't know. I don't think they're getting another backup catcher. There's been no indication that they're moving off of Barnes, unfortunately. Give the young guys a chance. I hear you, and I think at some point they will. Gratterall needs to be the closer. He has the aura. Gratterall's nasty, man. He's filthy. But man, what the type of depth we have in that bullpen if one of those guys go down is incredible. Make Dylan Cease the closer when we get Bobby up to snuff. Dylan Cease. That's not happening. Joshua, he told me David Wells is his favorite player. David Wells? Who told you that? David Wells. That's wild. Dark horse pick. Puig is a position player. That's funny. Grumpy Loco, what's going on, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. No on Jensen. Okay, gotcha. I agree, Craig. Roster spots are crucial, and filling them up with veterans who barely impact winning is not. Why block these young guys? Facts. I do not disagree with this. Like I said, guys, I'm just trying to get the pulse of it here, but I do think it is a very strong possibility that Kenley does come back. I think there's a very good chance. Hey, big baby, what's going on, man? Thanks for pulling up. Isn't Braun part of the Red Sox ownership group? He is. What about Class A? Class A is still in play, but Dodgers are working on some things. So Class A, they have interest in the deal with him and Bieber. Definitely interest in that. Luzardo and Tanner Scott in Miami definitely have interest in that. But as of right now, like I said, teams are kind of waiting to see what these rosters shape up for free agency right now. The trades are kind of held up right now. Only players I want to retain is Kiké backup, Muncy, and other positions. Also, Brazier. He was clutch last year. Yeah, Brazier was great last year as a Dodger. I don't think he can top that. You know what I mean? So you look at guys who had like just a fantastic, damn near flawless season since he became a Dodger. And I worry like he has to come down from that, right? Like there's no way he can progress upward on top of that. I don't think. So I think the Dodgers would love to get him back. And I think, again, the Dodgers are waiting. Does he get more than a one-year deal somewhere else? If not, then he probably returns as a Dodger. If he gets more than a one-year deal, then he probably goes elsewhere, and the Dodgers are forced to look at someone like Kenley Jansen. So there's, like I said, layers, y'all. There's a lot of layers here. I lived in New York, and now I lived in KC, Missouri, just like your family. Oh, that's what's up, man. Kansas City is a very interesting town, man. I love the food. Like I said, very interesting town, man. You've been to Joe's Barbecue, man? Man, the one that's like basically on the Kansas side, like heading out of Kansas City. Man. That old gas station that converted into that barbecue restaurant. Oh my God, that place is so fire. Benji said Class A would cost a lot of prospects. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's in play. It would cost a lot of prospects, but we would have a lot of team control. You got him for 5 more years at ridiculously cheap money. Plus, you'd probably get Bieber. And, even though he's on a 1-year deal, but Class A for the next 5 years at his age, at that money, you have to look at it, though, for sure. You definitely have to look at it. Reading your mind about the trade of position player to be traded. I don't watch baseball that much, but I love the way you break down things, Jeff. You got my full support. Hey, thank you, man. And again, that's my point, man. My thing is to kind of get people to understand the business of baseball very similarly to how I get them to understand the business of basketball. We talk about the game, but we also talk about the game within the game and the business, right? And the money and the movable contracts and caps and all these different things that help you get involved in the game and pay a little bit more attention to it, right? So it's a passion of mine to cover baseball, not only cover baseball, but get more people to watch baseball. It's a passion of mine this season. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a heavy dose of it to the point where I'm going to require some help on the channel because these boys play damn near every day, sometimes twice a day. Sometimes they go weeks without a day off. So like I said, as I grow this channel out and the channel continues to monetize, and I'm going to add some help here to help me cover these things because basketball is one thing. Baseball is a whole different breed, a whole different animal, man. Margot has a glove in the outfield. They won't move Margot. They might not, but I can tell you this: they're not married to him. I can promise you that. Warren Lewis says Lakers and Dodgers all day. Facts. That's what I'm talking about, man. Brandon says Matt Chapman to the Giants. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Let's see. Angel Torres says, oh, then my answer is yes. Hepatitis, see you later. What's going on, man? Kyle Hurt and Vanasco in the pen is the right move, man. So you're trying to add 2 more guys? Get rid of Barnes, but we don't need Yasmani pass Paul Grandal. I don't think they're gonna get rid of Barnesy, man, especially if it means Kershaw's coming back or there's a chance Kershaw's coming back. I think they're waiting to see on that, but I don't think they get rid of him for some reason. He's kind of like the Dodgers version of Darvin Ham, man. They just love him too much. They don't really want to get rid of him. I know you're joking, man. I know you're joking, man. Man, Jeter's my guy, man. Jeter's my guy. If it's Margot for Kenley, that would be fine. Then re-sign Kiké to replace Margot. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like if I'm the Dodgers, that's what I'm trying to do, right? That's what I'm trying to do. I don't have any intel on that. This isn't me like breaking down to people that I've talked to, although I've shot the question out there. I'm waiting on a response to that. But I think, just looking at the kind of the moves the Dodgers have done, they didn't really make that move for Margot because they wanted Margot. They made that move to get Glasnow, right? So now, like I said, they're not married to him. They may do some things to change that and try to move him out of there. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that. But that very well could happen there. He says, Greg, thumbs up. Okay. Angel Torres says, are the pitcher and reliever you're speaking of known to be on the trade block? I can't answer that, man. I can't give too many hints away that would. One of the shows I did, I kind of snuck some hints in there. I think some people caught it, but I don't think everyone did. But like I said, the trade. I'll tell you this: the move I'm talking about, which I don't know if it's going to get done at this point. The move I'm talking about, no one would hate. No one would hate. Well, except for Major League Baseball, but no one would hate it. So yeah, so people are still voting no for Jansen right now. 67% no right now for Jansen to return to the Dodgers, which I figured would pretty much be the round part number. Dodgers Darvin scam is crazy. That's Matt Barnes, man. Kiké at least plays other positions. That's what I'm saying. He plays other positions. He's been clutch in multiple cities in the playoffs. I think Kiké could be. I think Kiké was someone they traded for him. They had high hopes for him, and they would love to bring him back for sure. They definitely would. So would I. But Kenley, I'm with you guys. I'm not sold on bringing back Kenley, but I am kind of intrigued on making the move that you move Margot and bring back Kenley to free yourself up to sign Kiké. Angel, he's referring to Eric Gagne. He's coming back to MLB. That's wild, man. That's wild, man. Hey, what's going on, my graphic god here, man? The Court King's brother, Chris in the building. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, my brother. The creator of this background and this fire-ass logo you see on the screen, man. Mr. Chris, the graphic god himself. Salute, brother. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Did you catch these football games, man? They were wild tonight, man. Some wild games today, man. Kiké is a fan favorite for sure. He's a locker room clubhouse favorite, too, and a dugout favorite. Angel says, who's the experiment this year for the pitching staff? Paxton. Paxton is the experiment. They're bringing him in, a guy who's going to hopefully eat some innings for them. He's a guy that, typically just fits that Dodger mold. You bring him in, one of those guys that they get for decent money, $12 million. They bring him in and then comes in and just has a phenomenal year, pitches like a $25 million guy. Like you can definitely see that happening with the Dodgers because they always seem to bring these guys in on the low and then turn them into something huge. So Paxton would be my guy. Not that he's like a reclamation project, but he would be the quote unquote experiment so far this season to me right now. And then unless they go in and bring in, someone else, but I think he has a chance to be that guy. Hendog 2.0, baby. If we brought Kenley Jansen back, Darvin would have to have him play catcher his whole position. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, man. I just the Darvin talk is crazy. Paxton can eat innings in the regular season. Then come playoff time, he goes to the pen to be a lefty specialist. He still throws hard. Absolutely. And we need that inning eater, right? You got Walker Buehler coming off injury, Dustin May coming off injury, right? Gosselin, I don't know what his situation is this year. You got Yamamoto, on that Japanese rotation format, right? So maybe they work him in every 6th game right now. And so a guy like that, and Glasnow, who had a great year last year as far as innings goes, a career high. I don't know if you want to really push him too much. So a guy like Paxton is perfect for what you need to eat those innings to help keep these guys fresh. And especially if you do bring back Kershaw and he's going to be a second half of the year guy and come out there kind of fresh, then a guy like Paxton is ideal. So he could definitely be that guy for them this season. Buehler is going to be another experiment. He needs to learn how to pitch with no sticky stuff. He says sticky stuff, huh? That's true. True, because last year he didn't pitch. Poor Ham gets hammered on Dodger time. He gets hammered everywhere, man. Can the Lakers send Darvin Ham to get fixed by Mark? No, you can't. They can't. Walker Buehler, your closer for the 2024 season. That would be nuts, right? But Walker Buehler, his season is going to be interesting overall. One, coming back from injury. One, he has ace stuff. Does he return with that immediately? And then 3, obviously a free agent year. So does he stay here long term? So is this his swan song as a Dodger? Like a lot of narratives, a lot of things. Is he out of here? And does Roki come in next year? Like there's a lot of things that could happen with this Dodger team this season, and that's what makes it so exciting, man. Not gonna lie, the lefty relievers look shaky right now. Hopefully Vesia and Ferguson bounce back. Need some lefties for the playoffs to get the Olsons, Harper, Schwarber types out. Absolutely, facts, big facts. And that's why someone like Tanner Scott would be incredible. He would be an incredible get. But like I said, I don't know if they're gonna be able to close that deal. If you can get Luzardo and Tanner Scott over there, then that would be. I know they got enough arms, right? I know they got, but you can never have enough arms. We're like that. I know the bats have gone silent the last 2 postseasons. But if you're getting in there, man, if your bats have gone silent and your arms are dominant, then you get to a point where it's like, okay, that can buy you all the time that you need to go out there and wait for your bats to wake up. So if they could swing a trade for Luzardo and Tanner Scott, but that would be very prospect expensive. So, but that's one of the things that's got potential to happen, though. So the Dodgers are leaving no stone unturned. I love that about them, but at the same time, like, it's so exciting because they're involved in so many things. We don't necessarily know which one they're going to actually do. This rotation could be elite, but damn, there's so many questions with all them injuries being a big issue. Yeah, Brian. Hey, Brian, thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you. And that's the thing. That's why I think the Dodgers, when you look at it, they're like, okay, look, we got Shohei, we got Yamamoto, we got Glasnow, right? Now it's about adding all the depth we can possibly fit and think of to ensure that if anyone goes down, that this team doesn't fall apart because we lose 1 or 2 guys. And I think that they've been okay with being a little bit thin on the bench in previous years, but they're to a point where they got to pay to play, right? They already have. They spent the money. Now they got to do the insurance there. So in the event of any of these guys get hurt, you've got to be prepared to fill those spots and have that next man up guy. Now, it's very easy to have the next man up mentality, but if you don't have the next man up guy, that mentality is pointless. You got to have the guys being able to be next man up. So the Kikes, the Chris Taylors, the guys like this, adding to that, those extra arms of a Luzardo or a Tanner Scott or a Bieber and a Clase or a Jansen or a Brazier, like all these guys. While people say we have enough arms, you can never have enough quality arms. Very, very important, especially come playoff time and during the stretch. Get Jazz Chisholm. Well, while you're at it with Tanner Scott and Luzardo, man, if we just get those 2, that would be ridiculous, man. That would be ridiculous. Walker, Texas Rangers sounds about right. Made the trade for Seager since we're spending. Yeah, well, they're not trading him. If the Dodgers get Sasaki, then in 2025 they will have Yamamoto, Ohtani, Sasaki, Miller, Glasnow, Sheehan, and Tony Glasson, and May coming back, plus pitching prospects. Absolutely, man. That's what I'm trying to say. The Dodgers are building this out to get options again. So if they go get some of these guys and they give up prospects to get them, then they replenish that lineup or that farm system, or they move someone in the offseason when they know they're getting more reinforcements. They know what they're doing, man. But at the end of the day, like I said, the market is really weird right now. Probably the weirdest I've seen in a long time. So because of that, they, like other teams, are waiting that out right now. But when it comes down to it, I trust the Dodgers, what they're doing. They got a plan. They seem to be sticking to it. And I think they're going to have, I think they still got a couple more tricks up their sleeves right now. I truly, truly believe that they do. I want Tyler Anderson to get DFA'd by the Angels and the Dodgers get him for free to be another inning eater. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad at all. Just not sure if that's going to happen. But yeah, another inning eater might not be a bad idea. Sign Woodruff and throw him in the mix for 25. Want to sign him now? Yeah. I see that though. So I mean, like I said, it's going to be. Where do you guys have some of these guys go? I know you guys are asking me questions. Where do you think Snell goes? Where do you think Bellinger goes? Where do you think Chapman goes? Like, where do you think these guys end up? Like, and for what type of deals? Like, where do you think this happens? Like, do you think Cease gets moved? Like, all these things that are out there. Like, it's really hard to tell what's going to happen. Tripper for kids. Imagine River on a 2-year deal, rehab like Tommy Canale. Can't pronounce his name for some reason. I know what you're talking about. Canale, the first year back, strong 2025. Yeah. Tricks for kids. I know what you meant. Bellinger, Cubbies. What type of money, Brandon? Yeah, I think so too. I think they may overpay for why am I forgetting names tonight? Forgetting names and not being able to pronounce names tonight. What is going on here? My God, why am I drawing a blank here? What is wrong with me? Give me 1 second. I know it, but I think the Angels might try to overpay. JD Martinez. Oh my God, I draw a blank on JD. I think the Angels may try to overpay for JD Martinez a little bit too, so to try to get him to replace Ohtani as the DH, and then I can see them doing that as well. I hate to see Snell go to the Angels. Be such a waste. I think Seattle would be a great fit. Seattle would be a great fit, but from what I'm hearing, Seattle's not spending any money. But that would be a fantastic fit. I would love to see him there. When do we get a Jeff and D-Mac link up? Stay tuned. Let's see. 4-year with a player option for $20 million a year. So you're thinking a 4-year, $80 million with a opt-out after the 3rd year? Okay. So you think he goes $80 million. You don't think another team would offer something in that range, a little bit more for Bellinger? I don't think he gets 200, but you think 4-year, you think he's a $20 million guy, not 22, 24. You think it's 20 mil? Snell might go back to the Yankees and see if that offer is still available. Yeah, true. Just so weird, right? You got the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner out here basically begging for a contract. No one's knocking the door down, right? Or at least anything that's gaining any type of traction that's come out publicly. That's just wild to me. Man, that's crazy to me because he's had great seasons, man, but they're just not doing it, man. They're just not really out here. There's no speculation. No one really knows. And that's typically not a good thing for the player. You know what I mean? So it's waiting to see what happens with that, man. Blake is panhandling. He is at this point, huh? Good night, Jeff. Keep putting in the work, man. Great content. Hey, thank you, Russ the Builder. Appreciate you, bro. Have a good night. No clue what he is worth. 200 is outlandish for Bellinger. Yeah, that's crazy. He's not a $200 million ball player. And the fact that they want that, I think they just turned off teams immediately. Like, and once that gets put out there, Boris can't really walk that back, right? He's just like no, bro. Like this is not happening, dog. Like we're not doing it. Like who's I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I legitimately did not think that anyone was going to offer Hader the money they did either. I did not. I did not think that was going to happen. However, that being said, I also didn't think. Well, not necessarily. I did not think Hader was going to get that type of money. That's a fact. I did not think that was going to happen. He got it, and it's quite interesting, right? Quite interesting because $95 million for Hader is nuts. I thought if the Dodgers can get him 40 to 50, then okay. But outside of that, yeah, that's a little nutty to me, man. Did not see that happening. Brian Looper says, can you give me a prediction on your Cy Young Award winner from the NL and AL? I think Yamamoto will be in the running for Cy Young. I really believe that. I really, really believe that. If Snell goes to the Giants, and you got him and Webb over there, I can see one of those guys being in line for it. Let's see. I don't know if this would be considered a hot take. But if Atlanta could keep Chris Sale healthy, playing with that team, with that run support and those other arms behind him, I could see him having a great year if he's healthy. Let's see. Who else am I thinking here? Who you guys think? If Snell's market collapses even more, Friedman might throw in a screw it offer a 2-year, $45 million per year with a player option, and he gets to test the market again without qualifying in 2025. Yeah, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. Hader has fallen off. He's dipped every year, yeah, but he's still very, very good. But he's definitely in a decline for sure. Yamamoto rookie of the year for sure. But I do believe he'll finish. I do believe he'll be in the Cy Young Award race. I do. I really, really do. Let's do a Kyle Brandt World Series matchup. Okay. I'm trying to think about that a little bit more as far as Cy Youngs. Hellified sleeper. Man, amazing if the Dodgers got him. I mean, Garrett Cole just on the Yankees, man. He just continues to just do his thing. Seems to be getting better every year. But like I said, I think Luzardo's a solid pick. Like I said, if Sale is healthy, Webb and Snell, like I said, Yamamoto's going to be there, man. I think Yamamoto's going to be a finalist for Cy Young. I really, really believe that. Am I crazy for that? Yeah, that's true too. But man, that's just crazy. Give me 1 second here. What is happening here? One second. Got this helicopter getting crazy above my house right now. So I apologize for that. Just bear with me. There we go. There's always something going on in my neighborhood, man. Crazy ass helicopters, loud fireworks. There's just always something, man. Always something. So please just bear with me a second. There we go. Sometimes my puppy starts going crazy when that happens. Strider probably the favorite for the NL. You think Strider's the favorite? Bobby is speaking the awards. That would be incredible, man. If he comes up, Corbin Burns will be his contract year. They always do better with the last year of the deal. That's fact. That's a fact. That's another guy, but he's becoming really expensive in trade and potential rentals. So I'm not sure the Dodgers are actively out there for him, man. But if Fried is there you go. Fried contract year 2. That's a real thing. Contract year guys. I'll have Blake Snell, but I think these are all candidates. But do you guys think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm crazy to say that Yamamoto has a chance to be a contract year for him? Do you guys think do you think that's crazy? Because I don't think it is. Let me know what y'all think, man. Do you think it's crazy for Yamamoto to be in the Cy Young Award or will be in the running for a Cy Young Award this year? Because I absolutely think he will be. Give me 1 second. Fixing something here. The contract one is a real thing, though. That's an absolute fact. All right, 1 second here. Computer chipper real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, there we go. Sorry. My sound mixer here was not being very friendly. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Fried contract year, he said. Dodgers usually baby their pitchers. This is absolutely true. They do. But I think everything we've known or come to learn or see or think about the Dodgers in years past, I think a lot of that may be changed this year. I think they're going to really empty the clip this year, man. I think they've spent a lot of time analyzing what went wrong the last 2 seasons. I think they've added the bodies that they've needed to add, and I think that they're going to potentially switch up some strategies here, get a little less conservative, a little bit more aggressive this year. No, it's not crazy. He's going to get more strikeouts in the MLB. Japan hitters contact oriented. Yeah, facts. So I think he's going to have a strong year, man. God, I think he's going to have such a strong year, and his stuff is just woo. man, I think he's gonna have a strong year. But I would not be surprised to see, like I said, I wouldn't surprised to see both of those guys. I wouldn't be surprised. Ohtani wins MVP and Yamamoto finishes in the running for a Cy Young, if not getting it. Like, I really think he has a chance to have a dominant year. It's going to take the league some time to catch up to him. And then when they do in the second half of the year, man, he just may have found his stride. And like I said, his strikeouts are going to be up there. And I think he's going to have a really, really solid and strong season. But on that note, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for the night. As far as Dodger baseball, I appreciate you guys. I may or may not be back later tonight for some Laker talk. But I got to do a couple things before I head back, if that's the case. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me get to this. I'll get these last comments here real quick. As long as we don't get a pitcher prone to blisters, we're good. This team is already stacked. Yeah, the blister bug is, man, I hate that, man. Yamamoto could be Tanaka. Man. I don't want to hear that, man. Yamamoto could also be that dude, and that's exactly what we're hoping for here, man. Curry 3-point to take the lead was determined an illegal pick by Draymond. 2-minute report came in. Yeah. So, but yeah, outside of that, guys, again, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that, not only for basketball talk, but for baseball talk. So I double appreciate that. Trying to grow the coverage of the Dodgers. So thank you guys for being patient. If you have not done so already, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel on your way out, turn on notifications, and become a member, man. We got the minimum, mini mid-level, and full mid-level exemption. We're going to have some member-only videos, some giveaways coming soon. So I greatly appreciate you guys. Like I said, I may or may not be back for some Laker talk tonight. If not, I will catch you guys tomorrow. You guys have yourself a good YouTube, Brandon, man. You take it easy tonight, man. You guys have a good rest of your Sunday, man. You guys have a good Monday. And I may or may not catch you later, but if I do, I'll talk to you guys later tonight. If not, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. You have a good one. Stay safe. Appreciate you guys.